This is my composting system. So I built these bins out of pallets, and you want to make sure that you get the HT pallets, the heat treated, not the other ones. I think they're MB, methyl bromide, which is probably not something you want to be consuming. So I made sure to get the heat treated ones, and I built the back and sides out of that. And then on the front I put this thin piece of wood that, as you can see, is deteriorating pretty fast, but it has been out here but for a few years. This is my young pile that is going along here. Got leaves and paper and whatnot, vegetable matter in there. And then what I do about every 6 months, so spring and fall, is I'll take this pile, well, I should start at this end. So I have 2 containers and an open space. So what I do is I take what's in this container. So it has now been cold cycling for a year, and I take this. Now this was almost to the top when it was in there, so it's decomposed down quite a bit from what it was. It's hard to get perspective on this. So there, I take that and I flip it over here onto just the open ground and use as needed. It's usually pretty good. By the time it comes out here, it's I mean, there's some bits and pieces in it still, but it's pretty good. It's good enough. It helps hold water and water retention, and has organic matter to break down. So then this bin would be empty, and then this bin, which is the young bin, goes into the older bin, and then I start a new young bin. This summer, this young bin here was all the way up to the top, and it's about more than halfway down now. I need to rake up more leaves. I'll have plenty of weed matter and things like that I can throw in here. You can put coffee grounds, coffee filters, paper, cardboard. I try to get the tape off the cardboard, but if I'm not 100%, like I just saw a piece right here, I don't worry too much, because once it's being flipped over, those pieces will be loose and they're just easy to pull out. The smaller you tear your pieces, the better off. I just threw this in here like 5 minutes ago, so it's not torn up. Usually I shred paper, as you can see down here. Usually I shred the paper so that it's much finer and it breaks down much faster. So that's basically my cold composting. I just go 6 months into here, tip it into here, 6 months, and another 6 months in there, and tip it out and use it. Meanwhile, I have my other batches coming along behind, and so that will be good. This year I'm actually going to buy some more compost, because I have this project going on, which is going to be a great big giant enlargement of my garden and a high tunnel. So I'm going to need to level the ground and get the soil improved a bit. So I'm going to add a bunch of compost to this giant area. So I'm going to have a huge mountain of compost at some point. I'll be sure to shoot a video and show you all. I hope you got some tips that you can use. Come back and visit.